right, well, welcome to the City of Travelers Rest City Council meeting for Thursday, January the 15th. You guys are here for a very special night. We are swearing in myself and 4 council members, and this is a really fun part of what we do. We take an oath that we all take very seriously, and we dressed up tonight, so we all look our best and took photos, but this is a really exciting time, and we appreciate all of our friends and family members for being here. And so we'll start off with the oath. I will start first, and we'll have Mr. John Campbell, Cheryl, Catherine, and then Lisa. And when you guys come up, if you'd like to introduce your guest of the person that is swearing you in. I have 2 options of Bibles. We have a Patriots Bible that I have used my last 2 terms, and then our normal Holy Bible up here if you'd like to use that as well. And so I will ask my daughter, Annabelle Grace Amadon, to please come up to the front. Okay. Playbook when she was like, "Can I make you promise to take me to Chick-fil-A once a week?" I said, "No." No, you cannot. So, all right.
After me. As mayor of the City of Travelers Rest,
As mayor of the City of Travelers Rest,
I, Brandy Amadon,
I, Brandy Amadon,
will equally, fairly, and impartially,
will equally, fairly, and impartially,
to the best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability and skill,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
and I will use my best endeavors
and I will use my best endeavors
to preserve the peace
to preserve the peace
and carry into effect,
and carry into effect,
according to the law,
according to the law,
the purposes for which
the purposes for which
I have been elected,
I have been elected,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you, Annabelle. You did good. You did good.
Sweet.
And next we'll have Mr. John Campbell. Come on down. As council member of the City of Travelers Rest,
As council member of the city,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
I will equally,
best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust,
and I will use my best endeavors,
and I will use my best endeavor
preserve the peace,
to
carry into effect,
and carry into effect,
according to the law,
according to the law,
the purposes for which I have been elected.
the purposes for which,
Help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations. Well, welcome, welcome. Next, we will have Cheryl. And Cheryl, if you will please announce your last name to everyone so we can start to make sure we get it right. Ornero. Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. As council member of the City of Travelers Rest,
As council member of the City of Travelers Rest,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
to the best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability and skill,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace
and I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace
and carry into effect,
and carry into effect,
according to law,
according to law,
the purposes for which I have been elected.
the purposes for which I have been elected.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Cheryl, way to bring out the big dogs with Alan Mitchell, Greenville County Council swearing you in. I love it. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Next, we have Catherine James.
Council member of the City of Travelers Rest,
As council
best of my ability and skill,
to the best of my ability,
exercise the trust reposed in me.
exercise
I will use my best endeavors to preserve the peace, carry into effect according to law
and carry into
purposes for which I have been elected.
the purposes
Next, we have Lisa Lane.
Let me do that side.
As council member of the City of Travelers Rest,
As council member of the City of
I will equally, fairly, and impartially,
I will equally, fairly,
to the best of my ability and skill,
to the best
exercise the trust reposed in me,
exercise the trust reposed in me,
and will use my best endeavors
and will use my best
to serve the peace
to preserve
and carry into effect,
And
according
carry-
to law,
and carry into effect according to law
the purposes for which I have been elected.
the purposes for which
So help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you so much. And I will just say for our family members and for our two new council members, when you run for office, it's a family affair. And so appreciate all of our family and friends supporting us through this. And also when you have new teammates, we have a whole new team. So welcome to John and Cheryl. And we're excited to serve alongside you for the next couple of years. So I will officially call to order. We've been sworn in. And if you will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And I will ask Councilmember Mara to please pray for council.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time that we're able to serve you and for our area and people who live here. Help us to do your will for the upcoming week and for our planning in Christ's name.
Jerry? All right, we have some business for tonight as well. We have approval of our minutes from our previous meeting. Do I hear a motion to approve our regular council meeting minutes from December the 18th, 2025?
Motion to approve.
Shanice, a second.
Second.
Second with Sherry. Any edits? All in favor? Thank you for that. Citizen participation, we have none. Next, we will move into our election of our mayor pro tem. And so for those in the audience, the mayor pro tem serves as a backup to me if for some reason I'm not able to serve in this role. If I'm on vacation or something like that, mainly it's also to check on the mayor and make sure the mayor's doing okay, which Grant has been our mayor pro tem for the last 2 years, and we appreciate him serving in that. And so for that, we'll open up nominations for mayor pro tem. And then if we have more than one, then we have our ballots and we will vote on that. So with that said, I will open up nominations for mayor pro tem.
I nominate Grant Baumgartner again.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Any other nominations?
I would like to nominate myself for consideration.
Okay, great, thanks, Shanice. Anyone else? All right, if you'll take a minute for voting, you can place it up here and we'll let Shannon be our trusted counter for tonight. Thank you for that. And while Shannon is collecting those for council and then for our guests, we will have Mayor Pro Tem tonight. We'll next appoint our committee chairs. And then in February, we will have our committee meetings, and then we'll have our vice chairs voted on within committee.
Mayor Almadon. With a vote of 5-3, your Mayor Pro Tem is Grant Baumgardner.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Yeah. Appreciate you both raising your hand to serve. Grant, you've done a great job the last 2 years now. So I appreciate serving alongside of you for the next 2 years. So thank you for that again. And Grant, you do a great job of checking on me, so I appreciate that. All right, next we'll move into our appointment of committee chairs. We have the printout of that. I'll just read through them. Again, we have new council members, and so we have new committees that we have up. And so we have our Ways and Means Committee. There are 5 committee members: Chairperson Grant Baumgardner, Member Sherry Mara, Member Lisa Lane, Kelly Byers, and Catherine James. For our Planning and Development Committee, we have 5 members: Catherine James as our chair, John Campbell, Kelly Byers, Dr. Shanice Chris, Grant Baumgardner. And then for Public Safety, also 5. We have Chairperson Kelly Byers, Dr. Shanice Chris, Lisa Lane, Cheryl Guerrero, John Campbell. Public Works Committee, Lisa Lane is our chair, Member Grant Baumgardner, Sherry Marrow. And then Personnel Chair Dr. Shanice Chris, Catherine James, Grant Baumgardner, Sherry Mara, and Kelly Byers. Okay. I make a motion for appointment of the chairs as listed for standing committee assignments. Second. All right. Any further discussion? All right. All in favor? Thank you. Motion carries unanimous. Thank you for that. All right. Let me turn the page. Next, we will move into ordinances and resolutions for second reading. We have none. Committee reports, we have none. Ordinances and resolutions for first reading, we have none. Old business and new business. The month of January is a little bit quieter on our end, so we don't have a ton of new business to discuss tonight, but I will ask our administrative update, Shannon Herman, any updates for us on council?
Mayor Almadon, thank you so much. I'm very excited to provide to you tonight several things, including a State of the City annual update for the council. In front of you, you have a couple goodies. You have our new this year Glad Tidings report. This will be available online, and we do have some paper copies as well that you can hand out. This is our annual, accomplishments in various categories across the board. And we are very excited to share that with you and share that with the community. That will be something that we will plan to update annually as we go forward. Also in front of you, you have the new orientation guide. This also will go on our website so that citizens get an idea of what we cover in Travelers Rest government. So hope you enjoy those. Huge thank you to Beth for really putting the artistic design behind these ideas, and to all of staff, and in particular our department heads, for the time that they take to gather the information that goes into today's report, as well as these pieces that go out to the community. It's very time consuming, but I think it's very important to communicate what we have going on, the sophistication across each of our departments, the true public service that's taking place here. So I'm very excited to get into today's report. And I think I've lost mine. Oh, I'm sorry. I said it over in front of Beth. So, okay, State of the City. So I'd like to begin with our mission here, the relentless pursuit of excellence in public service. I'm really grateful to staff because they have really just taken this and run with this mission, and we see it across the board in everything that we do. Today I'd like to just go over strategic plan progress. We presented to you last year at this time a strategic plan. We've activated almost 100% of those goals, well 100% of those goals, achieved a lot of the objectives within them, and then give you a brief administrative update with the finances and operations, and then talk just quickly about some of our goals for next year. Our plan is mission, vision, and value-based. It's based on Council's core values of smart growth, art and culture, connectivity, and sustainability, as well as staff's leadership, pillars of leadership, reliability, excellence, service, and trustworthiness, which, by the way, spells rest, as in Travelers Rest. Strategic plans, goals, and objectives. Just really quickly, first goal was to create a live, work, play community. Objectives were placemaking and Main Street development, economic development and jobs, central business district, city recreation and facilities, and downtown merchants. Moving into connectivity, the North Poinsett Highway Project, Center Street improvements, pedestrian and bike crossings, Highway 25 pedestrian safety. and downtown parking. And goal 3, diverse and resilient economy of vibrant CBD, Central Business District. That's critical to support the Poinsett Highway development there, to Highway 25 development balance, Main Street businesses, multimodal access, tourism and lodging, and sustainable development. Moving into goal 4, city activities and recreation, city branding and marketing, downtown beautification, signature events, Trailblazer Park connection, and Dicey Langston Park. And then goal 5, safety and quality of life, community safety, crime reduction, public safety, workforce development, community education, clean infrastructure, and emergency preparedness. And goal 6, environment and sustainability, tree canopy growth, the riparian trails, nature connectivity, conservation, and green space. So I'm very pleased to tell you we have taken forward steps in every single one of those objective categories. Live, work, and play. I apologize, I went too fast there. The main theme here is to create vibrant places, thriving small businesses, community-centered growth. Some of the steps we took here was the Poinsett Highway street improvements, which are well underway and mostly improved. Visit Travelers Rest direct marketing organization began this year. We completed the repaving of Center Street and added parallel parking. Row Road, we were able to get that parking space and lease it and put in significant improvements there. And the facade improvement grants, several murals popped up along the way. Gateway and Trailblazer Parks were transferred to the city portfolio. We've already begun work there. Civic engagement, we have our glass recycling events. We're the only city in South Carolina that does this, and Philip has gone down and presented to the state what we are doing in hopes that it's something that can catch on. Shred events in coordination with the chamber, litter pickups. New development, we had 170 residential permits pulled and 24 commercial permits. We focus both on placemaking and placekeeping. It's a great place, it always was a great place. We want to make sure we keep that in mind as we go forward. But we completed the Spring Park and parking lot, added the Beyond the Burrow bunnies, painted bunnies, the metal rabbits on the Bunny Trail Adventure, which there is a new poem online, and the scavenger hunt is live. For those, they're all on the Swamp Rabbit, running from City Hall down to the clock tower. Trailside Trolley Partnership was new this year. We added the hanging baskets and the Adopt a Planter program. We did transfer Gateway and Trailblazer Parks, and the CBD and Poinsett Highway street improvements we believe fall in this category as well. Connectivity, the goal is the trails and roadways lead to community vibrancy. We were able to enhance vehicular and pedestrian connections as well as bicycle connections throughout the city. Again, North Poinsett Highway, just shared a little details here about that project. The Center Street repaving, the Trailside Trolley, which is multimodal, and connects the Nest at North Main to Trailblazer Park. We have the All Stop, which is coming in at Main and Center Street here in the next couple of months. I have a call with DOT tomorrow on that. New sidewalk was put in at McElhaney and Hawk Valley, and as that neighborhood is popping online. And of course, we have the Gold Line extension opening, which we're really excited about. In all, we added about 112 parking spaces this year, so pretty good year. Economic development, we strive to foster a diverse and resilient economy. Poinsett Highway street improvement is a major investment in that goal. Beyond the Burrow Rabbits gives us a really clear identity and is a strong call to thriving small town character. The Visit Travelers Rest direct marketing organization really becomes a central component of this, as tourism is one of our major economic inputs. The drone show, we had over 3,000 participants at the drone show this year. A beautiful show. Thank you, Beth, again for that. We had Zip Trips come with WSPA to highlight multiple opportunities within the city. The Easter and Christmas holiday hops were elevated this year, had lots of new and exciting opportunities. Chamber of Commerce and merchant coordination began this year. We're really trying to push the couple groups that do lots of things together so that we can maximize the volunteer power that we have around here. Very excited to tell you that our business license revenue increased this year by $330,000, and our hospitality tax revenue went up $68,800. And a few new businesses along Main Street, which are all exciting, and really just continue to meet this vibrant dynamic here. TR is open for business. And we really have been focused on community engagement through business development, and that's something that I think we're doing well at, and we want to continue into the next year. City-sponsored events and recreation, council was very good to allow us to take a bit of money and to specifically go into city-sponsored events. And the drone show is probably the largest show that we did put on, and it was very successful. I had so many people say, I had no idea what a drone show is. I'm coming back. So the pressure's on to keep doing that. But one thing that I want the community to know is that was written in-house. Really, Beth wrote the storyline for that, and then we went to the drone artists, and they were able to put it in the sky. So it's something that we can sort of colloquialize every year and make it a little different and keep people coming back. But places that you invested in this year, Beyond the Burrows, which actually was mostly a private investment, but we have a little bit of stake in the bunny rabbits there. Main Street beautification efforts, the amphitheater activation, and the park transfers, obviously. Parks and Recreation was a huge focus as we pulled those on. Thank you to the county, Mr. Mitchell. We were very excited about these new parks. We already have improvements underway. The bathroom at Gateway, the roof has already been redone. That we've completely demoed the insides. You'll have all new stalls, floors, walls, ceilings, everything. We're working to see if we can put in vending machines in place of the concession stand. We don't have the staff to run a concession stand, but we think folks at the park may want to do that. So that's something that we're looking at. In Trailblazer Park, and we got the $250,000 grant for the fitness court, which will be going in late spring, early summer. So that's a pretty immediate improvement there as well. In Trailblazer Park, we were able to completely upgrade the bathroom at the track and our bathroom on the amphitheater side. And we were able to do a sidewalk repair there. In Athens Park, we had new playground equipment put in the year prior. We added parent swings to that and the community garden beds this year. Dicey Park has really started, which is going to be called the Dicey Langston Heritage Garden. But that has really come along, and we've got a concept design in place, working on that with an engineering partner, and we had a curriculum written for the educational standards to go into the garden. We had the drone show, we had the Christmas parade, browse and stroll opportunities, summer concerts, movies in the parks, holiday hops, hanging baskets around the gazebo area, adopt a planter along Main Street, and the fitness court in Dicey Park. So we're just really proud of what we were able to do in this space this year. Public safety is a central focus. You can have the most beautiful and vibrant town. If it's not safe, it won't stay that way. So focused on individual and community safety, preparedness, and resiliency. Our police department is always hard at work, very focused on crime reduction, workforce development, retention, and training. We were able to put in a full-time trainer position with Lieutenant Donnelly's position, and that has paid dividends in terms of advancing our accreditation efforts as well as our police knowledge and comfort in the field and staying focused on TR values here. We also added this year a special response team, the SRT. I'm very excited. They're training very hard. We have a medic on staff from our fire department. We have special training so that if we have a certain circumstance come up that just takes a little bit more than the day-to-day policing efforts, we feel prepared and ready for that. Community engagement programs, we began the opioid awareness. We had 2 videos put out, very high quality videos using Furman Intern and our community officer. It was fantastic. Our community officer is going to businesses and providing active shooter training and just facility assessment on their behalf. We had the most successful Troy Drive that we've had to date. So successful, we're going to have to talk about how we do that next year. We did put in the dog foster and adopt program, and then Chief started the Explorer program for our youth. So we do see that our calls for service are going up pretty significantly, over about a 9,000 call increase over the last little bit. Also wanted to let you know that we are focused on our traffic enforcement. That is one of our main priorities here, is to keep things slow. This is not a place to fly through. It's a place to slow down and enjoy. I just really like the ratio of tickets and warnings here. I think we're really fair and thoughtful to the public as we enforce traffic. So very proud of our police department. Fire department was not slacking either. They had a lot going on too. We added our 5th FTE, so we now have 5 FTEs per shift. We have an EMT on each shift, and all of those positions are filled. All responders have completed their emergency medical response training certification, or will have by February. We added a new EOC in the fire training room, and this was added kind of right as Helene was coming on, but really began thinking about that, planning it, writing plans, activation plans for it. That's in coordination with all of our services, but it's in the fire training center, and we really appreciate that. Put a smart board in there, got us hooked up to the Greenville County EOC so that we can kind of remotely work with them if we have something come up. We've attended and hosted FEMA disaster courses, and we have 3 fire marshal certified staff. It's pretty impressive for a city our size. We achieved the Fire Safe Community for our 4th consecutive year. We added in the new countywide automatic dispatch system, which is called PERVIS. It's an automatic alert system, and it just begins chipping away at the response times there. New equipment, the pumper truck should arrive end of year. You guys ordered that quite a while ago. The ladder truck we ordered this year, it'll come in 2030. And we did put in a new air filling system so we can ensure our firefighters have quality air when they need it. They've been very active in community engagement programs, going to schools, having schools come in to see them, going to Chick-fil-A, Touch a Truck events, just trying to be very present in the community, bringing awareness and training. And we had over 500 fire inspections completed this year on businesses, and very proud of that. Hurricane Helene, it was in November, but we just last week received our FEMA reimbursement check, and we've had cleanup going throughout all of 2025. We coordinated with FEMA and contractors, and really a ton of credit here to Philip. This was very time consuming, very time consuming. You see on the far left there are all of the reported incidents that occurred during and immediately after Helene. You see some of the damage that we worked with here, a lot of debris removal. We were able to GPS coordinate that, and that's something that we're going to be able to do it's a part of our moving into this EOC is be able to GPS coordinate. And then be able to use that data to learn and make decisions. When do we need to invest? Where do we need to invest? Where do we have hot pockets for any particular type of issue, whether it be a vehicular crash or fires or medical calls and things of that nature, and so that we can really begin to sophisticate our response capabilities. We had biweekly, or Philip had biweekly and weekly meetings with FEMA all year long. Biweekly the first half of the year, and they moved to weekly in the second half of the year. We removed over 400 tons of storm-related debris from city-owned streets and property. That's in addition to what the county and state did on their roads. But we did receive an $111,000 reimbursement check for what we're calling Phase 1. Phase 2 could be up to between $25,000 and $50,000. And that's the remaining components of Phillips time and equipment damage and things of that nature. So we talked during budget about having a 2% emergency operations fee, 2% of revenue. We needed about $90,000 to accomplish that. So what we will do is come to you shortly and bring you a request to utilize the additional money to put into our new EOC and build our emergency operations that way, kind of one-time expenses. It's one-time money. But that brings in a backbone and infrastructure we haven't had here at the city in the past. Philip took on a new risk management platform for the city. We really haven't had one in the past, so this is, kind of being prepared on the front end and reducing our opportunities for risk. We have a risk management team in place. We've developed risk management plans connected to the Emergency Operations Center. In the EOC, we've equipped it with MDTs, radios, and the smart board. We were able to activate that for both Helene and the 2025 snow event. We have city operations plan document, incident action plans for weather and city events. So for instance, the drone show, we had an incident action plan ahead of time. We share that with you, or try to, when we have an opportunity ahead of an event. And then we do follow up after action reviews and keep notes for the next events coming forward. We've instituted new quarterly training. This goes to all city staff. We all participate. This year we've done driver's awareness and active shooting. We're making sure that this training platform, the J.J. Keller training platform, it coordinates with our police accreditation and OSHA requirements. Our facilities have undergone a basic facility safety review. The Greenville County staff came and did that. Thank you to Greenville County. They just came and gave us an initial prioritization of things that we could do here just to improve trip hazards, public hazards, anything of that nature, and it was really helpful. So we've started chipping away with that, and we'll have them come back and go through the next round of that. And then we have a severe weather policy we've instituted for the parks, and thank you for your support on that. Under environment and sustainability, we really are shooting for sustainable growth while keeping our eye on environmental stewardship. We are pursuing solar lighting grants, which do not require plug-ins and power usage. The cool thing about the lights is they have a 5-day battery on them, and they dim when at certain periods of the night so that you can really be economical with that battery life. It saves us on the money side too because we're not paying street light bills. Believe it or not, that's a pretty good chunk in our budget. So we think this is a sustainable and smart way to go forward. We've got the new tree mitigation fund budget, and Jay brought to us this goal of the 50% tree canopy. We had 43 trees planted with Trees Upstate in October. We have, I think, 50 or more planted for 57 for February, Jay? For February. So we're really chipping away at this. We needed 200, so we're going to get about 100 in the first swell here. We put in sidewalks at McElhaney and Hawk Valley. We think that the shared use path and pedestrian connections are critical. Those have gone in on Poinsett Highway, and we're talking with DOT about how we can better utilize the one crosswalk that exists on 25 that it's not a great crosswalk at this time, and can we better relocate that? So to be determined there. And then, of course, you got to open the Gold Line, and we think that falls in this category as well. That was our strategic plan progress. So very happy with what we were able to accomplish this year with adding one staff position, which is our executive assistant, Erica Leslie, and that's been really critical. So we're really thankful for that. I'd like to talk a little bit about what we've done in-house in administration and management, which really wasn't in our strategic plan, but is critical to our operations. We work very hard to be very fiscally conservative, very thoughtful for every dollar that we spend, and to be operationally excellent. So this is our service delivery to the citizens and in our in-house operations, which allow us to do that. This is something that I spend a great amount of time with Carson on, but our financial audit came back excellent. Our government fund balances across the board increased to $416,000, almost $417,000. Our general fund balance increased by $392,000. That's 6% of our current. It's a 6% growth. Business licensure increased $303,000. Our unrestricted fund balance is at $5.4 million. We try to keep that at the 50% of revenues mark. That's currently at 59%. So that's an awesome year. That's the result of coming in under budget and bringing in more revenue than we anticipated. HTAX fund balance increased $195,000, and ATAX fund balance increased $75,000. That's our fund balance. That's what's available for us to spend on projects or anything at any given point. Also, our debt decreased by $1 million. So our general fund revenues exceeded budget by $1.2 million. That's spread across the state insurance fund, business licensure going up, and our ad valorem coming in strong. Our expenditures were less than budget by $335,000. We were fiscally very careful here, but also we were not fully staffed, so we do try to expend the funds that we plan, very carefully, and when we get fully staffed, that number probably will not be quite that high. And then we made investment income of $392,000 going with the LGIP. And then this is based off of our FY25. So this doesn't include the fitness court grant and things, but we brought in $102,000 of grants. You've already approved over $100,000 additional to the, in policing grants, and then $250,000 for the fitness court. So we're going to blow that number out of the water next year. But this is excellent. This is an excellent audit, and we are very proud of this work. Strategic operations and daily management. We strive to be the premier workplace for a work-life balance. We try to support and engaged public servants, our engaged public servants, and to be mission-driven in our service delivery. We did this by updating our compensation plan. We brought flexible spending accounts to our benefits package. We brought in a monthly wellness series, the Thrive Wellness, where we gather, we learn on a different wellness topic every month, but it's a chance to gather and be together as well. We've upgraded equipment, we've brought in professional development, and we've instituted employee committees on decision-making, such as purchasing the new fire truck, or we're doing an employee handbook review, and just making sure that we're staying grounded with what our employees actually need, and keeping those chains of communication open across the platform. We believe if we invest in and facilitate excellent public service, or excellence in our workforce, we will see excellent public service. Training and professional development. This is an area we really highlighted this year. We instituted a full-time lieutenant position as a training coordinator for police department. We reviewed and amended over 350 general orders in policing as part of accreditation. We initiated this year in fire competitive board reviews for promotions. We hosted emergency management training and NIMS training. I'm very proud of our police department. It's not in law enforcement's nature to go to NIMS, but they've been working really hard with us and training with us in that, and it makes us better in an emergency response. We hired 4 EMTs in fire this year. We promoted a PR coordinator to oversee all of our public announcements and communications, and we hired an executive assistant who's helping us with grants, which allow us to do these platforms. Public Works, the backbone of everything we do here. They hide in the background, but they sure do a lot. They help us maintain our city facilities, improve our operational capacity, support emergency preparedness, and coordinate long-term recovery efforts. I won't read through all of the things that we did here, but we've really upgraded. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read through it because we've really upgraded the facilities a lot, and sometimes you don't notice it and because it's behind the scenes. But we have a new HVAC and generator for the Public Works which was a shed, and now it's an office facility. We've got cubicles in there that were donated by the city of Greenville, and we've got an awesome work environment that the guys set up themselves in there. We purchased a truck bed, a service bed for our work truck, which made us much more versatile, an RTV for the trail maintenance. We put in the new Row Road parking lot with our Public Works team. We updated the bathrooms at Trailblazer and Chico Bolin and Gateway. We had the gazebo repainted and put in new swings. We repainted the interior walls of City Hall. When you go out, notice it looks so much brighter, and we're going to work throughout City Hall here. Plantings at State Park Road and Highway 25 at the welcome sign took advantage of the fact that we have a landscape architect on site, so we were able to do that well. We put in a dog run for code enforcement and give the dogs a little better quality of life and make it a little easier for our folks who are walking the dogs. Public Works, we built a yard over at the old City Hall in the back where we can kind of put big equipment. We upgraded the technology in the council chambers. By the way, tonight we're on our new camera system, so for those viewers at home, they have a much improved view. It has a wide lens, so you can see all of you at the same time. And we're going to take our old camera system and put it in the EOC so that we can get on meetings remotely that way. We added cubicles to the police department and the patrol office, and we added an attorney-client privilege meeting room, which we did not have for our courtroom. It's on the side over here by cleaning up that little office. So we did quite a bit in our facilities this year. So we'll take a quick breath and then turn right into 2026. This year, we really hope to see the Dicey-Langston Heritage Garden kick off. We will plant Dicey. We will celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country in this location. We've got the fitness court going in at Gateway Park. We're underway for the park's master planning. We had the renovations done at the Gateway bathrooms. We have a donation of time and equipment from Harper Construction and Sorba to redo and improve the pump track you see here in the picture over at Gateway Park. Very excited about that. We are adding in recreational programming. Philip and Beth are really heading that, bringing in adult sports programming. Very excited for that. We'll bring that to you in February. We need to do fee adjustments because we don't have fees for our parks rental, so we need to add those in. We're going to continue our downtown beautification. We are going to focus heavily on business recruitment and incubation in conjunction with the Chamber of Commerce. We look to improve our corridor connections, Swamp Rabbit connections, and spurs. We will have a Civics 101 class. This becomes the backbone of that, by the way. And Citizens Police Academy that Chief's going to host in April. And then we will have opioid awareness and recovery program coming in. We're trying to do once a quarter for the public opioid and recovery awareness programming. That concludes my report. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Well, thank you, Administrator Herman. That's a little overwhelming. And I think on council, we see all the things happening, but to put this summary together is a testament to every employee. Those of us on council know we don't actually do the work, our staff does, and so we appreciate it's a beautiful presentation of the heart and soul that you all have put into it. And I think for council, we can take this and digest it and just be proud of the staff and the team that we have. But also when we have our February planning and vision setting, we can kind of look back at this as what we have done and start to think forward. But I think our community should be very proud of the improvements that we have made in this report. So I don't know if we've ever had such a comprehensive summary of 1 year, but very impressive indeed. Anyone on council have any comments?
I just want to say thank you very much. It is all the information. Y'all doing a stellar job. I also want to know, can I get this in email? I want to save this.
I think we need to post it.
We will post it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so preview, we'll present it at the Chamber of Commerce too, and then we'll put it online.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Last year?
You know, I just have to brag about our staff here. You know, and I've said it before, the best thing I found when I got here was you already had amazing people. We've added a few amazing people to the team as we've had people have opportunities to go on to other things. But we do all of this with 64 people and 5 business office staff. We have 10 people on staff who are not a police officer or a firefighter. Or in the police department. And so it really is, we couldn't do this without every single person on the team putting their heart and soul into it. We are a tight-knit team, and I think that's the thing I enjoy the most and I'm the most proud of, so.
I know that we're a tight-knit team, having been here as long as we have, and that is very evident when Chief has been out. We haven't skipped a beat. They haven't skipped a beat. Fire department hasn't skipped. Somebody goes out on vacation, it always seems like it is always covered. So kudos to all of our folks that are working, to our leaders that are leading great people under them, and thank you to those that are actually doing the work. We get to bask in all of that, but the employees and yourselves have done that all, and thank you for making us all look good.
Anyone else have anything on council?
I was just going to give an extra shout out to Beth. The creativity side has been amazing, and to complete things and the projects. And I want to thank the fire and the police department for, as we are growing, that they have done a super job. And also, I think as far as our staff communicating with everyone has been nice with our app, website. So I appreciate that also.
Thank you, Councilman Mara. And I do want to point out that that is one change we made, is that we took Beth out of the front office, and hiring Erica allowed us to do that, because what she does for the community in terms of the communication and the thoughtfulness of, you know, bringing the arts and culture and celebrating it and giving them an opportunity to shine, it's a real gift, and it's a huge gift to the city. So it's been fantastic, Beth. Thank you. And she's filling in for Carson tonight, which is big shoes to fill.
Yeah, I actually had on my list of brag on Beth as well. Not to show favoritism, because you know I love you, but I also feel the change just in every touch point from a community engagement standpoint when Beth is at the helm. And so appreciate all the creative touches that you put on, because you're the one that's sharing what we do well with the community. And so thank you for doing that in such a fun way too. So thank you.
And
I know our department heads won't get jealous if we brag on Beth. It'll be okay.
I want to brag on Philip.
Do it, please.
I mean, that's the work where, I mean, you're not noticing. He's not out and about. And what he has done in this last year with the parking, the parks, the bathrooms, adding the extra offices, what he's done, you know, just even painting here. Just the added work that has been added to him this year alone with Points at Project and all that. And he does it always with a smile, and he loves Travelers Rest. And I just want to thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, the whole team is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
They're all
thank you.
amazing.
And I think under Shannon's leadership, the autonomy that you give our department heads, that's when we see these guys shine really, really well. So thank you for that. Anyone else have anything on council? Any additional updates for us, Shannon? Or, I mean, I can't imagine you can add anything to this, but just checking.
You have more?
Just checking before we move on.
Nope, I got it all.
I had a couple of miscellaneous things. Thank you again for Cheryl and John, our newbie to council. We had our onboarding together. I think that was the best onboarding we've ever had. And so we are here to help you guys as you transition into this leadership role, and excited about that. We also have our Martin Luther King litter pickup day this coming Monday. So if you'd like to come out with Philip and I and Annabelle and pick up some trash, we would appreciate that. And then I also mentioned in February, we as a council will have a vision setting goal. And so that's where we kind of come together, we reflect a little bit and think, what can we kind of do to continue to improve the city of Travelers Rest, and what efforts we want to push our staff into. And then lastly, because I forgot, and then I'll open it up to anyone on council, we have with the Municipal Association taken a civility pledge. And so this is part of our commitment as elected officials to really just be kind and be respectful. We know that, when it's your house or it's your neighborhood, you get very tense and stressed. And so our pledge to you is that we will commit to being kind and respectful in return. And so since we have new council, if you guys wouldn't mind reciting this pledge together. I pledge to build a stronger and more prosperous community by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of my city or town. Great. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, I will open up to council. Anything that we forgot or anything that needs to be mentioned for the good of council?
Yes, I have an announcement. So we have our second Youth Council Academy for middle school students, 6th through 7th and 8th grade. Private school, public school, homeschool, all are welcome. And so we have a website, it's a short form. The first 20 students will be accepted, and they come on March 7th, 10 a.m. to noon, and learn about city council. And then that Monday, March 9th, is our committee meeting, and from 5 to 6:30, they attend the committee meeting, and they present to council, and they get gift certificates. So if you know any middle school students, please let them know about this opportunity. Last year's council, the first one, it was very successful. The students gave phenomenal ideas. They were so committed, and so I really just want to encourage people to apply for this year. And the council to come. You're welcome. You don't have to come on Saturday morning, but you are welcome to come on Saturday morning.
Put it on your calendar. And big thanks to Dr. Shanice Chris and Shannon for kind of leading that. Those kids were great last year. And so those are our future voters and council members. So we appreciate the investment of them. Anyone else have anything for the good of council?
Do we have a time for the litter on Monday and location to meet?
It's here at
put
City
out?
Hall. Is it 9? 9:30? 10 o'clock.
Okay, 10 a.m. Saturday, or Monday.
Yeah, I think we have Boy Scout group, around 30 people, Furman, North Greenville. So
Wow.
it'll be a lot of people. Yeah. You can come help me. I'm filling in for Kate, so I might need a backup. Great. Anyone else on council have anything for the good of council?
Just a quick financial note, especially to our two new ones. You should have received an email late this afternoon. Our financial report is a part of all that. So please look over that. Any questions come up, direct those questions either to myself or to City Councilor Herman. But that, I haven't even had a chance to review it yet because it came late today, correct?
All right. Well, before we adjourn, thank you for all of our guests for being here. If you would like to stay and take some pictures with your newly elected council members, you're more than welcome. Do I have a motion to adjourn? So moved. Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right. Thank you all for being here. We appreciate it.